Hi, I am Beaver Buddy. Have you ever wondered what would happen if a baby could speak to the past while dreaming? At the end of this story, you will find a moral that you will never forget. In a quiet village where the stars shone brighter than lamps, a newborn named Nilo had a gift no one understood. He spoke fluently in dreams before he could walk. Every time Nilo slept, his tiny face moved with emotion, and his hands danced in the air like he was speaking a language from another time. His parents, amazed and puzzled, would hear him mumble names like Ilandra and Koan, names no one had heard in generations. One night, his grandmother Lyra watched over him and gasped when Nilo whispered her father's name, a man who passed away before she was born. The next morning, Nilo giggled and pointed to an old portrait hidden under dust in the attic. Koan, he said clearly. No one had told him that name. Word spread through the village, and elders came to sit by Nilo's crib, hoping to hear whispers from long-gone relatives through his slumbering voice. In dreams, Nilo saw glowing fields where ancestors danced with golden feathers and heard lullabies that made the trees hum softly at dawn. His dreams became bridges, connecting the living to the forgotten. People cried tears of joy, hearing messages from those they thought they'd lost forever. But not everyone was happy. A man named Corvin, bitter and alone, warned the village that such dreams were dangerous and should be silenced. He claimed that speaking to the dead would awaken sorrow, not healing. He demanded that the baby be kept in silence and never be allowed to dream aloud again. That night, Corvin crept into Nilo's room and placed a silver chain beneath the crib, an old charm said to block dream spirits from entering the world. The next morning, Nilo didn't move. No giggles, no whispers, just stillness and a single tear on his cheek. The village held its breath. Desperate, his mother removed the chain and lit the ancient star lantern, hoping its warmth would guide his dreams back home. That night, something changed. Nilo's eyes glowed faintly in the dark, and his voice returned, stronger, clearer, older. But the words he spoke were not greetings. They were warnings. "He is coming," Nilo whispered. "One ancestor is not at peace." The room filled with a strange wind, and a chill ran through every wall. Shadows stretched longer, and silence echoed like a drum. From the attic came a low hum, like a forgotten chant. The old portrait of Koan flickered in the candlelight and then fell to the ground. Nilo woke, fully alert, and reached toward the attic door. Though just a baby, he crawled with purpose, as if guided by invisible hands. The villagers followed him, lanterns in hand. In the attic, Nilo stopped before an old chest bound in vines, untouched for decades. Inside, they found letters written by Koan, messages of regret, apology, and love never sent. Words lost in silence, waiting to be heard. As Nilo touched the letters, a warm light surrounded the room, and everyone felt it. Koan's spirit, finally at peace, smiling through Nilo's eyes. That night, the village gathered by the fire, and Nilo slept calmly, whispering a soft lullaby no one had ever heard, but everyone somehow knew. Corvin stood far away, watching. A tear escaped his eye. For the first time, he felt the pain of silence and the power of being remembered. The next morning, Corvin approached Nilo and whispered, "I'm sorry." The baby smiled, as if forgiveness flowed through him like light. From that day on, Nilo's dreams were no longer feared. They became nightly blessings, and each villager left small tokens by his cradle. Nilo grew, but his dreams never left. He became a guardian of memory, a bridge between worlds, with a soul that carried thousands of voices. His laughter echoed like music across generations, and his words healed wounds deeper than time could measure. The village flourished, not because of wealth, but because it remembered, and remembered kindly, through the dreamer they once called the baby who spoke backwards. They built a garden of voices where wind carried stories, and children sat near dreaming trees, hoping to hear Nilo's whispers again. Moral: listening to the past with an open heart can heal the silence of the present and shape a future filled with understanding. See you soon with more magical adventures, wonderful places, and heartwarming tales with Beaver Buddy.